Hello, CQ 75 meter AM phone. This is W3MMR. In Chester, Pennsylvania, calling CQ. Hello, CQ. CQ 75 meter AM phone. This is W3MMR. In Chester, Pennsylvania, calling CQ. Hello, CQ. CQ 75 meter AM phone. This is W3MMR in Chester, Pennsylvania, calling CQ 75 meter AM phone and standing by. Yeah. Well, it looks like I'm coming into Florida quite well. W3MMR. Chester. Yeah. W3MMR, Chester, Pennsylvania, standing by. Yeah. 1 2 2 2. W3 MMR standing by. Just saw a real strong carrier there. But I guess no one wants to talk. I heard Z and I in there a bit ago. I guess he's not hearing me or he's standing by. This is W3 MMR in Chester, Pennsylvania, standing by. Yeah, I heard a K4 station, Romeo, Oscar Romeo. You're way down there, bud. I think you said you're running low power. Come back with your call again. Say it a couple times, see if I can get it. Excuse me, yeah, I got a K4 ROR. But that's all I got was right there. Excuse me, at the end. K4 ROR. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to make it work. But anyway, the call here is W3 MMR. Whiskey 3 Mike Romeo. We are located in Chester, Pennsylvania. The name here is Perry. Maybe I didn't get your call right. I thought you said ROR. It's not showing up here in the log. Anyway, try coming back one more time, and we'll see if I can copy your call correctly this time. But the band is in a little bit of rough shape here this morning. Back down to you, W3 MMR. I got it now. W4 ROR Robert here in South Carolina. Okay. Yeah, it's rough, man. I don't think we're gonna be able to make this work, but I'm glad I got your call on the log here and was able to, I guess, officially make the contact. Yeah, you're about, I'm gonna give you your signal report here. You're right at my noise level, which is about an S9, S8 there. So unfortunately, the band isn't quite cooperating, and I think you said you were running low power, and usually the morning time here is not the time for low for QRP. That's for sure, especially long distance stuff from Spartanburg, South Carolina, all the way up here to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So, but nevertheless, Robert, thanks for jumping in there and shouting out your call, and maybe when conditions are a little better, you can throw on an amplifier, we can make it happen. But this morning, I don't think we're gonna be able to suffice. So, 7-3 to you, Robert. I'm gonna take a standby and wait for the other guys to get in here. Usually we get a few guys on here in the morning. 7-3 to you, W4ROR from W3 MMR. Yeah. 2. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, 1, 2. Yeah. 1, 2. Yeah. 1, 2. Yeah.
and ask for me, Master Chuck Guarino.
Semejanza de su hijo. Por nosotros.
Test. W3. MMR testing 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. One, two, hello, 1, 2. 1, 2. Hello, radio. 1, 2. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, CQ 75 meter AM phone. This is W3MMR in Chester, Pennsylvania, calling CQ. Hello, CQ. CQ 75 meter AM phone. This is W3MMR in Chester, Pennsylvania, calling CQ 75 meter AM phone. Hello, CQ 75 W3MMR in Chester, Pennsylvania, standing by. Yay.
Back, go ahead. Yeah, what's going on? Everybody's blocking you, huh?
Yeah, I think it's quite funny. I honestly don't know why, but I think I have an idea why. But it's funny. I think it's because of Billy, and because not a lot of people like Billy, and I hang out with Billy and talk to him in the evenings, and he's created quite the rift between him and the AM community. So I think that has a lot to do with it.
Well, I got my own opinion about the whole thing, so time's going off here. W2SCR, my ID chart.
Oh, okay.
Also, noises there again.
Oh, it's definitely modulated too. I could hear voices in it.
It's a broadcast station. Some broadcast station has got some problems.
Yeah, I was down there trying to figure out which one it was, like bouncing back and forth, and I was trying to figure out which one was really strong, but I couldn't figure it out.
That's come up a number of times over the decades. I forget one station I heard doing it. It was a shortwave station that was coming in, some part of a band, and I found out I listened a lot and found out who it was, and it then put them a letter how long ago it was, and they thanked me, and it stopped. They discovered what the problem was. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. I remember. Do you remember back? I guess it was a few months back where I was getting those spurs from my ADC overload. A message was flashing when I was here on 85. I was like, why is my receiver getting overloaded? And then I found out it was that shortwave station in South Carolina. That was literally pegging my meter and was like -7 dBm on the S meter. I mean, it was the strongest. I wasn't that strong when I would key up my bourbon right out front of the house. I mean, it was crazy strong.
Yeah, there's big transmitters put out some power.
Yeah. So I sent Ernie that money last night, man. I can't wait to get that thing.
Why did you get excited over a dummy load?
Oh, because my dummy load here sucks and it stinks every time I use it.
I keep my bird on one of the positions on my antenna switch, and it's been there for years. I don't keep it keyed a lot. I mean, because none of these amplifiers, you shouldn't really keep them keyed at like 300 or 400 watts of carrier for an hour.
Well, no, I know, but it's just for tuning up. You know what I mean?
That won't even get warm. That thing is designed 500 watts, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without getting warm. That gives you an idea how much you could put into it as a ham.
Right. I'm sure you probably saw I put an ad on the email reflector for the club, and a guy emailed me and asked if he had one that I could borrow. And he uses it he's like, I'm a broadcast engineer and I work on radio stations. And so he uses one of those things that works on radio stations with him, the same one.
They have a kilowatt one too, a 10 kilowatt one. So they list bird rate set at 500. That's if there was a 500 watt broadcast station, for example, and they wanted to burn in a new transmitter, and they could just leave it on for a couple of days in a row on that dummy load.
Right, yeah.
Don't take it apart. Don't check the oil. Don't do nothing like that. They're sealed, and that's something you'd never want to take apart.
I didn't plan on it.
There's a big thing in the back. It's like a disc. In case somebody did overload the thing, it's a pressure disc to pop out.
Yeah.
So you'll see it when you get it. That's one view that he didn't see you. It's on the opposite end of the coax connector.
Okay, I gotcha.
It's been under my desk for I don't know how long. It was just tucked away underneath there, and that's where it stays.
I know a guy who has one of those 10 kilowatt bird dummy loads. Things like the size of a radiator.
Got too much room. Expensive, unneeded for me anyway, but.
Oh no, we would have absolutely no application for it. This guy's got an amplifier with a 3CX 50,000 in the final, so. But that's not something I need. So anyway, what you got on the agenda for today?
I don't know. I just woke up. Probably cut the grass. Have time for that. I went to shopping yesterday at Walmart and all that for food and a couple of different Walmarts, cat food, people food. I had a list. I'm going to go to this ShopRite maybe to add on a few more things. I don't know. Might leave here in a little while to go up there. I haven't thought about it yet. I got to get some more coffee in me first, and having a good time. Afternoons talking to them guys. That's nice. Around 3 o'clock, we get on for about an hour. It's been me, Tony, Dave, Joe, Ernie, and a couple of other guys join in once in a while. It's been a lot of fun. And he was following me all around in my car yesterday when I was going down to Vineland and stuff to the Walmart.
That's pretty cool. I was telling a W3MMR, I was telling Clark about the Skywarn stuff you're doing, and he thought that was super cool, man, that you got, you're a certified spotter and all that stuff, because he's all into weather he's a pilot and stuff, and he's pretty, I guess, into the weather stuff, and as part of like the Coast Guard Auxiliary and a few other things. So yeah, he was pretty impressed.
I didn't get my number yet. Still waiting. The webinar was really cool, and the club has got a Skywarn net every Sunday night at 7:45. Check in. It's kind of daunting. It only lasts 15 minutes. You just log in there to give your temperature and weather conditions, and I thought it was kind of cool.
Now, during those webinars, like what did they teach you? Like what to look for in the sky for a tornado, or like how'd that work?
Oh yeah, they explained how all the weather systems work and all. It was really, really good. Very, very informative. And what are the different types of clouds called, and how you can see, spot a tornado coming and strong winds, and how wind shear works and all. It was very, very interesting.
It was like a crash course in meteorology. That's pretty cool, man. Yeah, I would like to do that, and have time on my days off or something and get motivated enough. That would be pretty cool. Like, how do you sign up for something like that?
And now these guys are, hold on a second. Yeah, I don't know where he went, Joe. He was just here. I told him I'm up 872 talking to Perry. Anyway, Joe. Say hi to Perry, and
Joe.
I'll let you talk to Perry now. Say hello to him.
Hey, Joe. Good morning, Joe, if you can hear me. Hey, Joe, W5JI. Good morning, W3MMR. Crossband repeat.
Yeah, I'm getting mixed up pushing the buttons here. Are you signing out now, Joe, on 75? I'm talking on the wrong radio, Joe. I'll talk to you later. I'm all mixed up.
I could tell. 73, Joe.
Unbutton, the damn box is going off and everything. And we've been having a good time in the afternoons, man. It's nice getting on then, and doing that every afternoon. Something to look forward to,
Yeah, that's awesome. That's funny.
Yeah, when the static's in there, we get QSDR, like in the mornings, like he was in there, and then he disappeared, and then Joe just jumped in, and anyway, it really gives you background about knowledge about the weather system, and they explain how the radars work. All the weather radars, they have pictures of the inside of the radar domes at Mount Holly and how the thing turns around and rotates and all.
Oh, really, man? That's pretty cool. And how long was each one? It was 2 of them, right?
Yeah, but you could sign up for one or the other. They were like an hour and a half.
Oh, that's not bad at all, man. You can sit down, plop your butt down in front of it, and do it. And you schedule it for whenever is good for you?
Oh, yeah, they do it, I think, once a year or something. And one was like more aimed at the people. No, just they had 2 because they would get filled up, so you could ask questions through the computer, and questions and this and that, and like I say, the club's got a Skywarn net though every Sunday night, and then our club meetings now are on computers instead of at the Williamstown library now because of the virus. So having the club meetings on the 2-meter repeater now too, once a month.
Oh, really? How about that? That's pretty cool. I didn't know. I know they're having the meetings on the air. That's pretty neat. I have to get a charger for this HT. I keep forgetting about it.
Well, you need an antenna and a real radio over there. I mean, there's a lot of local activity on those upper bands, and it keeps you in touch with what's going on around the area,
Yeah, I gotcha.
Kilo Bravo 4, India Alpha November, and special event, Kilo 4 Hotel, or care for healthcare workers.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What day is it? Oh, it's Tuesday, so you have to work today. I lose track of the days now that I don't have to work.
Yeah, work today, then off tomorrow, and I got a pretty busy day ahead of me today, so hopefully the one guy, hopefully he comes in today, and the other guy has off, and they sent the other guy home yesterday, or told him not even to show up, so he got his hours cut. The guy that was the one that wasn't showing up, with no call, no showing. He cuts his hours. He's really cut his hours back, so he wasn't there yesterday. And the one guy who quit, like the other technician who does the diagnostic work, who like really helps me out a lot, takes off some of my workload. He's the one that didn't want to ride the bus and all that stuff. Well, anyway, he came back for like 4 days last week. But then wasn't there again Saturday, and yesterday was his scheduled day off, so I'm kind of hoping he's there today, kind of pick up some of the slack so I can concentrate on the jobs that I have to concentrate on, because I have to put a front differential in a Ford Expedition today, and I had to finish up diagnosing an oil pressure switch issue on a Pontiac G6 and an instrument cluster issue as well. So that's what's on my agenda for today. So I'm hoping, like I said, he's there to pick up some of the slack. W3 MMR.
You got a much busier day than I have. It's just more of the same for today. I ordered that thing I sent you yesterday.
Did you? The pen?
Yeah, because I think that's, I see that they sell them carts at the places I'm going to be going to. I think that's the best way to be doing it.
I'll tell you what, man, it's really, without, saying too much, it's really easy on you, doing it that way, and it's clean, there's not much to it, it's quick, fast, and in a hurry, if you know what I mean.
They say them carts last a pretty long time.
Oh, they do, and they're not cheap, though.
I know that. It's something you don't want to drop and break it.
Yeah, seriously, man. But no, they work. They're good. I like doing it that way. You know what I mean? I think it's great though, man. That you got your thing there, man. It's awesome.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You just screw onto the fan just like the empty vial, right?
Right, exactly. Just screws right on there. Anyway, I think I'm going to shoot up to 85, see if I can see a couple signals up there. I did anyway, and I'm going to run down the hall and get a yogurt and continue with my morning here. But I appreciate you coming up, saying hi, and hopefully you're copying me all right. I've been doing legal limit the whole time. This amplifier is just chugging along, really working good now like it's supposed to. So, and I don't even have the anon turned all the way up. So this thing's doing what it's supposed to do. So anyway, good morning to you, Pop, and we'll catch up with you a little bit later on throughout the day. W2SDR, W3 MMR.
Yeah, okay. I'll catch you later. Yeah, you've been doing good in the backscatter mode here, about 10 over. I mean, full of blasting through there. So just be careful of that stuff at night with some of them guys. I listen there, and that one fella you were talking about, he draws a lot of attention to himself, and it's negative, and you don't want to. It's getting a little bit, CD-like in a lot of ways, and I think it's starting to rub some people up, because I've heard people talk about it down the band, too.
Right, no, I know. And it's something that I'm just going to kind of have to start distancing myself from. And I know I've talked to the person I was talking to earlier about, the pilot, and we've had off-air discussions about it as well, and he's trying to distance himself from it as well. So it's not like I would be the only one, or I'm, it's not being unnoticed. So I'll take your advice on that, man. We'll catch up with you a little bit later. Have a good day, Pop.
All right, man.
W3 MMI. W3 MMR in Chester, Pennsylvania.
This is K9YQQ.
K9YQQ W3MMR, how copy?
Good morning, W3MMR, K9YQQ. I heard you identify a little bit earlier, but I forgot to call. Name is Borgi, B-O-R-G. We're in Indianapolis. We've talked before. You were kind enough to send me a recording of my transmitter a while back. I don't know if that was this one or not. I'm testing a new one here. This is a pair of 304 THs in parallel, plate modulated by a pair of 304 TLs. I just built this for a friend, and I'm kind of running it through its paces. The band's kind of dead this morning. W3MMR, K9YQQ.
Oh, good morning to you, Borgie. Yep, I remember. K9YQQ from W3MMR. Well, great copy out here this morning, Borgie. You're coming in 25 over S9. Very strong here into southeastern Pennsylvania this morning. Again, the name is Perry, Papa Echo Romeo, Romeo Yankee. And again, the call is W3MMR. Just running my Apache Labs Anon 200D, as in Delta, SDR transceiver this morning with a Henry 3KD Classic amplifier with 3CX1200 D7 in the final there, and into my homebrew balanced L network tuner into a 600 ohm ladder line fed 125 foot doublet apex about 65 feet. Well, the new transmitter that you're built for a friend there sounds fantastic. It really does, Borgie. And you'd be proud with of the way it sounds, and I'm sure he would be too. And I'm sure they're excited to get it. Yeah, the band's been kind of dead this morning. I've been on since about 5 o'clock. I heard Kevin KA2Z and I out in Wisconsin. But I tried to get back to him, and he could not. I guess he had walked away from the radio. I heard he was taking a standby, and I tried to catch him before he did the walk away, but I was not able to catch him. Back out to you, Borgie, and you're the only one that I've heard. I talked to another fellow, Robert, in South Carolina, but he was running low power, and I could just barely make out his call there. So, but besides that, you've definitely been the strongest signal I've seen all morning. K9YQQ W3MMR.
All right, very good. W3MMR, K9YQQ. Well, thank you for the report and the kind words. We use the same audio chain to drive all of our transmitters, and that's what we're using to drive this one as well. And he's going to have an identical audio system, and it's a BW broadcast DSPX Mini AM, and kind of set up for talk radio mode. The microphone is a Sennheiser MD421 and into a preamp, and then the preamp feeds the DSPX, and that feeds an audio DA, and the audio DA has 8 adjustable outputs, and we feed all our transmitters with it. So hopefully all our transmitters sound the same, because when we build them flat, and so this way they don't color the audio. They just reproduce what you put into it. That's what it's all about, I guess. And so anyway, that's he's gonna, as soon as the travel and visitation bans are lifted, he's gonna pick it up. I've got another one that I just finished for him too. and it's a 4-1000 plate modulated by a pair of 400s. This one will do 160 through 20, and the 41000 is just 40, 80, and 160. Anyway, I have been building them, and he enjoys them. So there you go. Your Anon is wonderful. It sounds great. You've got I looked you up a while back. You've got a nice audio setup there. So you're feeding it with some high quality audio, and the Anon all by itself is. You can pretty much make it anything you want, but it is capable of some serious AM audio, and it'll go out there too if you let it. So yeah, it's a nice setup. Very, very nice setup. I'm an old tube guy myself. I like to see them glow. I like the mod iron and stuff like that. This one's got all gates mod iron in it. And the 41000 I built for him's got all CCA mod iron in it, for 1 kilowatt AM transmitters. So, but that stuff's getting harder and harder to find. So I don't know. We'll just have to keep going until the resources run out, I guess. Copy here. You're 25 over, and we don't have much of an antenna. It's an inverted V. It's a fan inverted V. The apex is only about 45 feet. And it's coax fed. There's a 1-to-1 current balun up there. And I use a Nye Viking tuner down here to allow me to present a good load to the transmitter. And the SWR is what it is on the feed line. But I usually, I want the transmitter to see a good load, so that's why I got a big old MB5 Nye Viking tuner here to make all my transmitters happy. I don't have a real good way to put balanced line out the door here, and I'm not a big fan anyway. I know people swear by it, but I'm an old broadcaster, and I'm a coax guy. Anyway, that's a subject that could probably last all day. W3MMR K9YQQ.
2MIN, November 2, Mike India, November.
Yeah, and there's Art checking in. I'll get it right over to you, Art, here, and I'm in here with Borgie, K9YQQ, out there in Indiana, in Indianapolis, Indiana. Real good on all that, Borgie. Well, got a 4-1000 modulated by a pair of 4-400s, man. That rig will sing, I'll tell you. I'm sure it will. And let me stop this recording, actually. I got a real good recording of you, and I'll send you another one so you can show your friend there what the rig is capable of sounding like. A little QSB there on your signal towards the end, but real solid the whole time, Borgie, and you sound fantastic. Yeah, I used to have a coax-fed resonant dipole for 3885, and I switched to open wire line. Reason being, it wasn't because, I thought that I was going to get out better. I thought it would be less loss. I thought, a lot of the myths and legends about open wire line. Reason I did it is because I live on a postage stamp in the city, okay? And I rent. I don't own this home, and I already have a 4-element 10-meter Yagi on the roof. I had the half-wave dipole for 3885, and then I had a G5RV with the apex held up by a 40-foot telescopic mast in the center of the yard, and it was just too much in the yard. You know what I mean? So I switched to the open wire line so I could get on every band with just one wire. And I worked 17 meters through 160 on this, and it's only 125 feet of total wire in the air, and I use I short the feeders here to one side of the balanced tuner inside the shack, and I have a ground screen, and a pretty decent ground screen outside. I transmit off of, against, I should say, and I get out real well on 160. So basically, it's a vertical with a capacitance at, and it works real good. And if you, I don't know if it's on my website. I think it's on my website. You can see the way I have the open wire line oriented. And it's kind of funky, like goes up and across, and then a 90-degree turn up to the tree. So there was some logistics behind that, trying to make it all happen, but we did, and it works great. No RF problems or anything like that. And the antennas, one leg of the antenna is about 15 feet outside my window here, so, and I'm running about 300 watts at the moment, so. Yay. All right, so anyway, with that being said, we're gonna, I don't know, something looks weird here on the watt meter. So anyway, we're gonna keep it moving, and I'll send it out to you, Art, and then Art sending it back out to Borgie K9YQQ and to MIN in the group, W3MMR.
I heard November 1 portable out there. All right. I guess you got it. This is November 2, Mike India November. The name is Artie, Alpha Romeo Tango India Echo. Good morning, Perry. Good morning, Borgie. K9YQQ out there in Ohio. Your station sounds phenomenal here. And Perry, you just came out of the woodwork. My goodness, I didn't hear anything out there, but Borgie, I couldn't even hear you talking to him. But now you were right. But anyway, both of these guys sound good. I'm going to turn it to Borgie, and then maybe somebody pick up that portable afterwards. K9YQQ. This is November 2, Mike India November, Long Island.
Okay, N2MIN and the group K9YQQ. Well, nice to meet you, Art. I don't know that we've talked before. Maybe we have, but I don't remember. But you're awfully light in here this morning. You're S9, but the static crashes are getting you, and there's plenty of them here this morning. So, nice to make your acquaintance. And Perry, thank you for the recording, by the way, Perry. I appreciate that. And fine business on the open wire. If I had a good way to do it, that's an elegant solution to multi-band operation. There's no doubt about it. Fan dipole is a pain in the neck. It was a pain in the neck to tune up. It's an ugly looking thing, It's got these wires hanging all over the place, and I think I would much prefer to have a single. Fan dipole. I don't have room for the ground system that you have, though. We have an in-ground swimming pool in the backyard and a lot of deck, and there's no room to lay ground radios. I do have an inverted L for 160 meters, and unbelievably so, I don't have any ground radios at all for that inverted L. Not a single one. The feed point is right where the power comes into the building, and my counterpoise is the power line ground. So it's all the greenies in the house, and the ground wire going, the neutral actually going back to the pole, which is 100 feet away from its underground power. But that's it, and a ground rod. That's it. That's my counterpoise for 160 meters, and it works great on transmit. Of course, the vertical component makes it unusable for receive on 160 meters because my noise level is so high. So I have a loop on the ground in the front yard. It's about 250 feet of wire buried about 3 inches underground, and it makes a big loop around my entire front yard. And that works great for receive on 160 meters. Wonderful. It's very quiet. Doesn't pick up noise. Of course, the signals are low too, but you have a usable signal-to-noise ratio that you can copy with, and works great. We got the breakfast call here. My lovely wife is cooking up some eggs. I can smell the bacon. So I'm going to have to make this my last one, but thank you for the shout. Thank you for the report. Thank you for the recording. And I look forward to doing this again. We usually listen a lot, and we're always busy building something, so we don't get on the air much. But when we do, it's enjoyable. Thanks again, Perry. Have a great day. You sound wonderful. And from what I heard of you, Art, you are doing well, but you're kind of light this morning. W3MMR and the group. P9YQQ. Good morning, fellas.
Borgie, we're on a Viking too.
All right. Well, 7-3 to you, Borgie. Great hearing you here this morning, and enjoy your breakfast. And hopefully we'll be able to do it again real soon. And Art, did you pick up the call of the call of the braking station there? Go ahead.
Yeah, it was an N1 call. I couldn't copy it all. Maybe he's still out there. The N1 braking station. This is November 2, Mike India November with W3MMR in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much, Art. I don't know if you're copying me or not, but this is November 1, Tango Zulu uniform. Good morning, Terry. Just wanted to jump in here while I was having coffee, waiting for the house to warm up in there. I'm sitting out in the camper here, and waiting for the house to warm up a little bit, and trying to get down inside, get ready to do some more.
I got him. Hey, good morning. Good morning to you, Bob. I got you now. Good copy, 100% copy. Hopefully the house warms up for you there soon. And sounding good down here this morning. Hope all is well up in New Hampshire there this morning. And sounding good coming down this way, Bob. Real great to hear you. Back over to you, Art, and go ahead and make one. What's going on in art world today? W3MMR.
Okay, W3MMR in November 1 Tango Zulu uniform into MIN. Good morning, Bob. I heard you fine that time. You came through crystal clear about an S7, but the audio was good. And we heard you fine. So with that, Perry, isn't that considered a T-top when you short the two leads together and you use the ground as the other lead? The ground radials. I always thought that was a T-top configuration. Back to you, W3MMR, and pick up Bob again.
Sorry, can you repeat that question one more time? I was distracted.
Uh-oh, distraction. I said when you short the two leads together to the antenna, and you use the ground radial system as your other lead on your transmit and receive, isn't that considered a T-top?
Yes, a T antenna, correct. That's what they call it, T antenna. It's essentially a vertical with a big capacitance hat. The T, the top part, is the capacitance hat. And it works good for me on 160. It doesn't work as good as a, resonant half-wave dipole or inverted V, but for what I do and for what I'm trying to do, especially if you saw my property, you'd be astonished that I could get on 160. I can get on every band from 10 meters to 160 here, and it works out really, really good. So, I don't put out the strongest signal on 160. I can't hear everybody, but most of the people that I do talk to, I can make it work with. But I didn't do much 160 operation this winter because by the time I get home from work, it's 6 o'clock, okay? The band goes long here on 75. Had already been long for an hour or two by the time I got home. And by the time anybody got on 160, it was generally late, 7 or 8 o'clock. And by the time I'm home for an hour and a half, an hour to 2 hours already, I'm tired. We're sitting around waiting for somebody to talk to and operate. Waiting for the band to kind of open up on 160. So I was generally falling asleep by that time. And so unless people got on early, I didn't do much 160 last winter. There. So, Bob, are you sticking around for a little bit, or or you just one and done? And I'll send it back up to you. M1TZU in the group W3MMR.
Good morning. I'll be back, Terry.
Okay.
Good morning. All right, that was Bob, N1TZU. This is Andrew, N2YKX. Heard you guys in there. And Perry, good morning. And 4G, I guess he's signed. And Art, N2MIN. Just want to say hello. I heard you guys all on there. It was weird because all I could hear was Borgie, and then all of a sudden, it's like a light switch. Then I heard Art and Perry. So, and I actually have a Cheyenne somewhere in a corner that one of these days I'm gonna get going, Bob. So Cool. Perry, I'm going to send it on over to you. W3MMR N2YKX.
Yeah, good morning, Andy. And I know Kevin GZQ said he'd be right back. I know he was listening in the background there for a while. He's just getting up. But all right, Bob. I think you said you're going to listen out. I was having a rough copy there, that transmission. So, good morning to you, Bob. Hope you have a great day. And great to talk to you here this morning. Anyway, just sitting here trying to wrap my brain around a few things. Here, just funny AM drama. It's quite hilarious, actually. The grown men can act the way they do. But anyway, so Andy, you're coming in good. You're coming in real well, real good as well. The band definitely, Mother Nature hit that light switch. That's how it is, man. You'll have literally between sentences. Like I've been talking to my father on sideband in the morning, right? And we use Vox, and literally one sentence he'll be backscatter in my radio. The whole QSA will be backscatter, and he'll be making a transmission in one sentence. He's S9, and then literally the next sentence he's 35 over. It's literally like a light switch. There's no gradual turn it up. There's none of that. It's literally Mother Nature hits the damn light switch, and that's that. So I don't know, man. I don't know how it happens or why it happens, and it's just one of those things I think we'll never be able to figure out. But I don't care. It's cool how it works, isn't it? So anyway, hey, just on the Anon this morning. It was good talking to Borgie. I sent him over a recording. Borgie was coming in here great, so I'm sure he was coming into you guys equally as well. Let me send it down to Kevin, see if he's back and ready to make a transmission here, and if not, go ahead, pick it up, Art. KK4GZQ in the group from W3MMR. Nope, not yet. Pick it up, Arthur.
Okay, Whiskey 3, Mike Radio. Very good there. Nice to meet you, Bob. N1 TZU. It's a nice Cheyenne you got there. I guess that's related to the DX100. So anyway, good morning, Andrew. N2Y ? We didn't get your whole call sign there, Andrew. But you're sounding good here this morning on my 75A1. Plenty of audio, nice sounding audio. And we're using a Viking 2 this morning, and I'm glad everybody can hear me well. Yeah, Perry, you just came out of the woodwork. I heard Borgie talking to you, and I didn't hear you. And all of a sudden you just magically appeared. I guess you call that FM in radio. And I'm not going to say what FM means over the radio. If you want to know, I'll email you. But anyway, Andrew, nice station. Come back with your full call sign for me and pick it up from November 2, Mike, India, November.
Yeah, Art, my call is N2YKX, Yankee Kilo X-ray. I'm over in Northport. I guess you're on the island as well. Not sure where. I didn't look up on the QRZ page yet, but you sounded good over here on your Viking 2. Yeah, I have a Ranger kicking around somewhere. I still haven't finished that yet, and working on a Collins 32V2 that it works fine, but of course tinkering around with the mod section, and have a few more things to do, and I'll be done with that one. But yeah, I heard you guys talking about antennas, and I have 122 2 feet of wire up in the air, center fed with the 450 ohm, the really cheap brown stuff that's good enough for what I got going on over here. I guess for the moment, but I do plan on replacing that soon. I gotta get some better. And I don't know. I'd like to just run 600 ohm open wire, but I'm trying to get away with I'm trying to go a little more stealth-like, and my wife has been patient with me, so I'm gonna we'll see. Perry, back over to you. I can barely talk. Jesus. And yeah, you definitely popped. It's amazing. It's just like a light switch. Just crazy. But you're sounding good over here in Long Island. All right, W3MMR in the group, N2YKX.
N2YKX, W3MMR. Real good. And you're sounding great. Sounding great here. Great copy on UNR. The band definitely shortened up. That's for sure. Yeah, I've been in here since about 5 o'clock. There wasn't too many folks. I was calling CQ till I was pretty much blue in the face. Nobody came back to me. Heard Kevin Z and I in there. But I guess he couldn't hear me. Or he had walked away from the radio, I guess. I don't know. But that's the story on that. Let's see if Kevin's back, and if not, go ahead, pick it up, Art. I don't have too much more here at the moment. KK4GZQ in the group, W3MMR.
Okay, please. W3MMR with N2MIN and N2YKX from KK4GZQ. Morning, Perry. Morning to you, Artie. And hello to Andrew this morning. I don't know who else is in here. I've been kind of back and forth. I got up late and slept in a little bit. Yesterday was turned into a little tougher day than I thought it was going to, so kind of reeling in right now, trying to get my strength back here, but I'll come around sooner or later. Anyway, I'm on the Flex 3000 this morning with the AR1200, and the thing over about 62, 65 feet here. Anyway, I'll turn it over. I don't know where it goes, Perry. Maybe turn it back to you. Maybe you can go to Artie or into our W3MMR. Listen to me down here. KK4GZQ the group.
Yeah, it goes up to Art. And then Art, I'll turn it to Andrew, then Andrew back to me. Go ahead, Art. How you hearing Kevin, W3MMR?
I hear him in there. Good morning, Kevin. KK4GZQ. N2MIN here. I don't know whether Kevin can hear me with just 100 watts there, but anyway, it's good to hear him out there this morning. And Perry, I was out here this morning about 5:30, 5:40. And I couldn't hear anybody on the band calling CQ and all of that good stuff, so you weren't alone out there. I couldn't hear you. You couldn't hear me, and somebody up in Maine picked me up. Station up in Maine heard me, and K1W Whiskey X-Ray Yankee, way up there in Maine, so strange band conditions this morning. And Andrew, we're over here in Wantua by Jones Beach. My backyard is Wantua Parkway in Southern State. So that kind of gives you an idea where we're located. And it's good to hear another fellow Long Islander on the radio. But anyway, we're going to get out of here. We had enough this morning. My head hurts. And I'm going to make another cup of tea. So November 2, Yankee Kilo X-Ray over there. I think you said Northport or something. N2MIN, we'll listen out.
That's fine business. Yeah, I familiar with this location where you're talking over there. Good morning, Kevin. Long time. It's been a while, so it's good to hear you in there. I haven't had coffee yet, so I'm going to be getting that soon, but I have a feeling Perry's going to be pulling out soon, so I'm going to I guess I'll hang around for a few. Before I go and do that, let's see, W3 MMR in the group, N2 YKX.
N2 YKX. From W3 MMR. Okay, Andrew, real good. Just looking at something here. Real good, Andrew. Well, thanks for stopping in here this morning. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to so send it down to Kevin here and listen out for a bit. But I'm going to take a shower. I usually take a shower at night, but I'm going to take one this morning and before I go to work, and because I got a long day ahead of me here, so hopefully it's not too long of a day, but you know how that goes. So anyway, great hearing you fellows this morning. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. And Kevin's Mr. Sleepyhead down there sleeping in, and but I'm sure you needed it, buddy, because I know you've been working hard down there, and I know you got to go back at it today, I think, there. So Kevin, hope you have a great day. Art, have a great day, and you too, Andrew. And you guys don't retire too hard or work too hard, or whichever one you're going to be doing. So back down to you, Kevin. We'll say 7-3. Have a great morning, guys, and we'll catch up with you folks tomorrow. Maybe you guys can get up, and or we can get on sideband or something if the van's really long. I don't know if you guys are sideband capable, but I am. Art, I don't know if you've got an HF rig you can use there, but I operate all modes, man. I'm not just stuck to one mode. So down to you, Kevin. 7-3, guys. KK4GZQ. And 7-3 to Bob up there, M1TZU as well. And anyone else listening. W3 MMR.
Okay, Perry. W3 MMR with group KK4. A couple 3 sips of coffee now, so it's starting to take effect. KK4GZQ, I hear about 16 miles southwest of Lexington, Kentucky, a farming community called Nantucket, and about 6 air miles from the Chicken Chicken Factory. You know, where they make that Wild Country 101 bourbon. Anyway, it gets its name pretty honest, I guess. Anyway, very good morning to you, and right now, just covered up, which is a blessing, but with work. But at the moment, I don't have any help at all, and it's tough to get around that hurdle when you're a small business, when you have a small business, and
let me stop this recording, actually. I actually got a real good recording of you, and I'll send you another one.
But
I have a ground screen,
that just costs more money, so you got to make more money.
We got it.
your watts.
The name is Artie Alpha Romeo.
I hope I short the feeders here to one side of the balance tuner inside the shack. And I have a ground screen, a beat of total wire in the air, and I use, I hope I short the feeders here to one side of the balance tuner inside the shack, Oregon, and it's kind of funky, like goes up and across, and then a 90-degree turn up to the tree. So there's some logistics behind that, trying to make it all happen, but we did, and it works great. No RF problems or anything like that. And the antennas, one leg of the antenna is about 15 feet outside my window here, so, and I'm running about 300 watts at the moment, so.
You know, how's that radio?
Yeah. All right. So anyway, with that being said,
just wondering if he's okay, because I have not heard him on.
We're gonna
I know that.
I don't know. Something looks weird here on the watt meter. So anyway, we're going to keep it moving, and I'll send it out to you, Art. And then Art send it back out to Borgie K91.
If you heard anything out of him.
Let me stop this recording, actually. I got a real good recording of you, and I'll send you.
Well, you know what? Let me just say goodbye to Perry and Art, Bob, and everyone else signing out. Kevin KK4GZQ and to YKX.
Hey, Andrew, Greg Wolf into YKX, KK4GZQ, and 7:30 Andrew. Good to hear you on this morning. And I know you've been a little more active here lately than what you had been in the past maybe 6 months or so. And good to keep hearing you back in here. And we got a good signal on the audio on the rig. It's been fluctuating each time that I hear you on the air. I have been trying some more on 40 meters. I've got a decent little station put together on 40. The antenna, Andrew, is a 4-wave loop. First time I'd ever experimented with one. I figured one for 40 meters would be, the size-wise would be pretty durable. And sure enough, I've got a triangular delta loop here at about 30 feet in height, horizontally. It's fed with a quarter wavelength of 75 ohm coax, and then you've got the rest is 50 ohm coming back to the shaft. Recently made a little trade with my neighbor Don, Whiskey Charlie 4 Delta, and I've got a nice little tuner here for the band. It's a Nye Viking NYE Viking model number MB4. And it's my first piece of equipment that I've had a roller inductor in, and it works extremely well. And the rig and the amplifier is a TS570 with a AEA LO30, Applied Electronic Applications, which their sister company or parent company or whoever, Canadian counterpart, or rather, is Vectronics, Andrew. And it's a very nice little lamp. I've owned it for probably 20 years and still got the same 3500Z in it, putting out the same power. So I'm putting out about 100 watts on 40 on a delta loop at about 30 feet in height, and I've been making a lot of good contacts there as well, Andrew. Back up to you, M2YKX. This is KK4GZQ.
Oh, cool. Excellent. Have you, you've been working 40 meters, so I've been doing a little more of that lately. Just a little, on 7.290. So I'm guessing that's right about where you've been frequenting. So you mentioned the Nye Viking with the roller inductor. That's a nice tuner. I have a Dentron RT3000 that has a roller inductor in it, and that one was working well. I guess when people hit the stops, the guy who had it before me, if you hit the stops on either end, it eventually breaks loose. The shaft that goes into the middle of the, I guess it's a ceramic insulator that they use for the roller inductor, and so it just turns. So I actually was using it for a while with the top off and just turning it to where I need it. So I've had a Johnson Matchbox, the kilowatt, and for a lot of years, and it was sitting in the corner, and I finally decided to hook that up. I wasn't doing it right, and finally I did a little research and figured out, how to do it correctly, and it's a good tuner, has very low loss tuner, and so it's working well with what I got here now. So I got that thing in line. Yeah, I just use a single antenna for all the bands, except for 160, which I'd like to get on. The real estate for thinking taking some traps or seeing if that will work out. I'm going to get on 160. Really would like to. Like to get on 160. But for the moment, this is what I got, and try not to annoy the other half, with putting stuff or antennas in it. I have an acre of property, which is decent, size these parts, but just try to get the up and then land the wire into the beeline into the house is going to be a problem. So, anyway, you're sounding good over here as usual, and I know that 1200, the AL 1200. That's such a nice amp. Those tubes, the tube that you have in there is, looks like a brick hoop house. Excellent amp. I have the opportunity to pick up a Commander, the 2500, and that's got two CX 800s in it, but it needs tubes. What else is new? Those are hard to come by, real hard to come by. But I found in China, I guess these tubes are pretty decent that they're making out of China on eBay, and they're guaranteed, and all this. So I don't know. We'll have to see. I'd like to pick that amp up. If I could just find a set of those tubes, that are not the Chinese ones, I'd be probably happier. But I'm running, the tubes I'm running in, and the amp I'm on now, the Drake L7, has two 3500s in it that I got from China, and these things work amazing. So I'm real happy with it. So there you have it. I guess kind of hit and miss with those Chinese tubes. So not sure if anybody else is in there, but I'm going to send it back over to you, Kevin. KK4GZQ N2YKX.
Okay. For a little bit. Well, not completely, but almost gave completely out on us here on through about the middle to the end of your transmit. Well, into YKX 4GZQ here, and I'll go grab another cup of coffee. And if you've got provisions for 40, then there's some activity there. The band conditions seem to be pretty good, especially in the evenings when I like to get on. With N4 IXV and some of the rest of the guys, Joe down in Georgia. Robert's been showing up there, Double Zero ZMC and some others. And Craig, TV3RHR. I think you asked me about Craig, and it just skipped right over me. I'm not even making calls down this morning or taking notes. I'm beside myself this morning, Andrew. So anyway, I'll go ahead and get out of the way here and grab another cup and see if I can continue to get this day going and see if we can get something done before the rain moves in here tomorrow and the following day on Wednesday and Thursday. So we're going to have to get out here today and try to make some more happen, even though we're pretty worn out. But anyway, it's what I chose to do, Andrew. Good to hear you this morning. I hope you're hearing me. If not, we'll pick it up later. And best 73 for now. N2YKX, 4GZQ, near Lexington. Good morning and good day to you, Andrew. Over.
Hi, Kevin. And it's you were down there, and then you came back up. But I'm gonna go run and get myself some coffee too. Anyway, I was asking if Craig is doing okay because I have not heard him. But do me a favor and tell him I said hello when you do talk to him, because it sounds like he's okay, because I just haven't been hearing him at all. So KK4GZQ 73, my friend, N2YKX. KA2QOD, I believe. I got you in there. Just wondering where you're located and what your name is. KA2QOD N2YKX. Oh, thanks. Yeah, the bikes I love. Right now I just have a shovel head. I sold the top, the one you see at the top there was the last shovel in the pan head that I had. It's a long story. I destroyed my knee trying to kickstart it, and I had to get something with electric start. So I have a shovel, 1975 shovel head now, and I couldn't afford to just buy another bike, and my wife was threatening me because I was, I literally destroyed my knee. Almost had to go to the hospital, and it was so bad. I hyperextended my knee trying to kickstart it. But I do have I really like the pan heads, and I'd like to have another one, which I'm working on. So we'll see how that happens. But what are you gonna do? It happens. So I'm not on the QRZ page, but I plan to open it in a few minutes and take a look and see what you got going on. Man, I can't even talk. Going on over there. And northeast corner or northwest corner of New Jersey. Yeah, I travel through Jersey, heading up to Pennsylvania. We have a place up in Pennsylvania, right off. That's I guess 20 minutes from the New York border. But I do like driving through northern New Jersey. It's nice up there. So back over to you, Bill. KA2QOD and 2YKX.
KA2QOD, very good, Andrew. And sorry to hear about the knee. I've seen guys try to kick over those old bikes, man. Like I said, you catch that compression stroke on the wrong, kicking it, and I'll tell you, really throw you off. I work on old cars. So I know a couple of times trying to start high compression engines, they'll kick back at the starter and just break the nose right off the starter, crack it clean off. So I know I can imagine if that was my leg in there instead of that starter, what would happen? It wouldn't be pretty. So I'm glad you avoided the hospital. I'm just running 25 watts out of my IC7300 here. I have an old brake, but I'll tell you that the filter for AM, and everybody's very muffled. And people have said before that they know I'm in here, but they're really not copying me. So I don't have a beautiful vintage rig like a lot of guys here. But anyway, just 25 watts and a dipole antenna. Really nothing much going on my QRZ page. I have not developed it, Andrew. So if you haven't opened your computer yet, don't go doing it unless you really want to, because I really don't have much on there. You got the old bikes. I've got the old rusty old turtles that are a continual work in progress. And like I said, I just heard you guys. I figured I'd say good morning and tell you, you got a great signal here into northwestern New Jersey, and east of Milford, Pennsylvania, along the 206 corridor here, maybe about 25 miles south of Orange County, Port Jervis, New York. N2YKX from KA2QD.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I guess what is it? It's 17B. So we get all when my wife and I go up to the Pennsylvania place, as we call it. We take 17 to exit 104 at 17B. Follow that all the way through Woodstock, or not Woodstock, but the original Bethel, the original Woodstock location, and then I guess that turns into, you go over the little bridge and it turns into 371, and take that about 20 minutes to our place. So and we haven't been up there since, I don't know, November. We were planning on going up, and then all this stuff happened, and so we really couldn't go. But we're planning on going this weekend. Really looking forward to going up there. And yeah, I got you fine with 25 watts, and I get what you're saying. You get yourself up to about 100 watts a carrier. You'd be surprised. That would definitely help if you could just find an amp that would give you 400. I guess if you could find like one of those Ameritron 811Hs, you can get about 100 watts of carrier out of them. Let's see. And the rat. So yeah, I like old cars and I like rat rods. I'm actually. I really love. I used to have cars back in the early '80s. A lot of Chevelles and Camaros and all that. A lot of fun. Pretty much just worked with the bikes nowadays. But yeah, I'd like a 1950s step-side pickup truck. Doesn't Chevy, Ford, Dodge, whatever. I'm okay with any one of those. I'd be happy to have something, with the step side, pickup with the round fenders and all that. Just would love that. So one of these days, maybe I'll be able to get one of those. Yep, would you really like it? So back over to you, Bill. KA2QOD N2YKX.
KA2QD, very good, Andrew. Yeah, the pickup truck sounds like a plan. Get something and get it to the point where it's like dead turnkey reliable. I love that. We have a place up in Maine, and we haven't been up there since January, so we're dying to get up there too. I got my old Jeep in the back there, the old Cherokee, back in the barn, up on ramps, ready to receive the new steering box. And I bought one of those Smitty-built Class 3 bumper / receiver hitches. It's an all one piece, and that'll get rid of a really questionable receiver that's under there, and a dented rear bumper and stuff. Looking to get that knocked out. I should really get off the air and get working on it today, because it seems like this is going to be the one nice day that we have in between bouts of rain and whatnot. And we use the old Jeep to get up there. The only vehicle we have now is a working four-wheel drive. But I've been driving my old '67 Chrysler Town and Country wagon back and forth to work down in Dover, down in Morris County, off of Route 80, and it's a turnkey car, but you always add an oil to it, and it leaks it, it burns it. So the number one cylinder has about 50 psi, so the engine's old and tired. So definitely don't want to be taking a long 600-mile ride in that thing. But for local driving, it's fine. But very, very good, Andrew. And again, good to hear you on here this morning. Appreciate the good report there. I have an SB200, which I believe has the same final tube as that 811. But I don't know whether it has that Harbach kit in it or not. Whether there's,
Well, let's put it this way. If I could figure out how to hook up that Heil Sounds foot switch to it, I think I would be all right, you know. But, you know, I know how to connect things up and whatnot. I wouldn't trust myself installing, you know, some sort of a modification into one of these old amplifiers or radios. So that's the situation with that. But yeah, it's in the works, so definitely I got to get that SB200 on the air. I've had it over a year now. And I know it turns on, and everything seems all right with it. But, yeah, I've definitely got to, I think that if I use a foot switch, key the relay in it, I think I'd be in good shape. N2YKX from KA2QD.
Yeah, that's, yeah, it's got the 572Bs in it, I think, right? There are two of those, or 811, or I think it's two 572Bs in that thing, which would give you enough to work AM for sure. And the foot switch definitely, you know, I have a foot switch I use for, I have an old Collins 32V2. So it keys, actually I use the foot switch to key the transmitter, but it also keys, or I have a antenna. I have an antenna. God, I can't even think this morning. My God. A relay that goes from receive to transmit, because I receive on. You know, I'm working on a Flex radio right now, Flex 6400. As you know, right now I'm just using that. But when I'm using the Collins, I use the Flex as a receiver. So the relay goes between the transmitter and the Flex for receive, and that pretty much is the way that works out. But yeah, if you get yourself a little foot switch, or even a little switch you can operate with your hand. It's what I'm doing right now. That's how I operate the Flex. I have a little, because I use a, oh God, Jesus Christ, I cannot talk this morning because I haven't had the coffee. I have to go get coffee. If I don't soon, I think it's going to be a problem. So I use a push button kind of switch to operate the Flex. So that's how I'm operating that. But you can probably do the same thing. Just get something you can operate with your hand, and you'll be good to go. So, Bill, I'm going to have to say 73 because I got to get that cup of coffee. I'm pretty shot. So KA2QOD, I'm going to listen on out. This is N2YKX.
Received, Andrew. Yeah, go get that coffee. I'm on my second cup here, so I'm sufficiently caffeinated. It sounds like you need to join me here. So go get your coffee, and great hearing you for the first time, Andrew. You're probably regular on here. I'm like I said, there's one other guy during school days, growing up in high school, that I'm friends with. That's on here from time to time. So sometimes I listen around to hear if he's here. But great hearing you, Andrew. Be safe, be healthy, and above all, for all of us, let's all be sane through this trying time. 7-3, have a great day, and hope to hear you again. N2YKX from KA2QD, Newton, New Jersey. Have a great morning, Andrew. I'll be clear.
Yeah, it was good talking to you too, man. And yeah, stop back. This is pretty much where I hang out, between 3870 and 3890, I guess, in between in there. But pretty much just operate AM only, and every once in a while, when the things are real dead, then I'll go try sideband somewhere else. But this is pretty much where I hang out. And definitely stop by, and you got the 7300 sounding pretty good. I mean, you are limited with those, but you got it sounding good, and that's about it. So again, it was good talking to you. Say 73. KA2QOD and 2YKX clear.
Yeah, I think it was K1TLI. K1TLI. This is N1VIV. Yeah, very good shot. I'm going to check something here. Well, that seems a little better. Just checking a few things here. So K1TLI, this is N1VIV. Yeah, the name is Joe Juliet Oscar Echo. The name is Joe. And I'm located in Stonington, Connecticut. I'm down here in the very southeastern corner of the state of Connecticut. Kind of a mixed morning here. Looks like the sun's going to try to come out, but isn't quite making it yet. Heard you call and figured I'd come in and say good morning, so see how we're making it. K1TLI. This is N1VIV. Yeah, very good, Chuck. K1TLI. This is N1VIV. Well, very good on the Valiant and 75A4. It's making it okay. You're about an S9. I'm not sure if there'd be any benefit possibly to pour in a little more audio on the fire, so to speak. I'm hearing you fine. And there's not a lot of competition in the neighborhood this morning as far as I can tell, but there might be some 8-man stations on 80, so hopefully not causing them any trouble. But I'm hearing you just fine there, Chuck. Very good on getting out and getting some shopping done. That makes sense. And seems like folks, I try to limit how much I go to the store, but then I find, like, stuff that I need, and I end up going probably more than I should, but I'm really working from home, so without have a little bit of extra time. But I probably will need to get out of here and get some work activities underway in a little while here. So I'm just running a little homebrew transmitter. It's a single 6146. It's modulated by a Hammond audio transformer. I've got a little budget audio chain running into an audio amplifier that drives the Hammond audio transformer that then modulates the plate of the 6146. It only makes about 10 watts. Pushing that into a Kenwood TL922 amplifier, making about 175 or 180 into a dipole of about 45 feet. So that's the story. Oh, and the receiver here is a Hammerland HQ110. So hearing you fine there, Chuck. I'll send it back to you. K1T.